Paint these wings and make me fly.
So, hello YouTube, everyone out there. I'm Lucas, I'm 23 and I'm from Germany. You might wonder why I speak English now and why I do the whole thing in English, but I prefer to do it in English to just tell everyone out there and to reach a much bigger audience, to tell my story about my coming out and the recent 5 years it took me to be open about it and to grow and to feel good about who I am. It's not just 5 years, I think it's longer. It's the process within myself, and then it's the process towards other people, and it's a process which is still going on all the time. So here's my story of 5 years. First of all, I noticed that I was gay very early on, like in gymnasium, which is like the secondary education in Germany. So in the beginning I was still in denial, and I didn't really accepted who I was myself, even though in school everybody was like, gay and la la la, are you gay, you like guys? And I was like, no, I don't. I was in complete denial. I wasn't true to who I am and who I was. And it took me 4 to 5 years to finally be able to accept who I am and who I was. And then I slowly started telling people. I started telling my friends, because I reached the point where I was like, well, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Well, and then the first and the hardest part was to tell my parents. We never really talked about that topic, but like at some point it was just like I got to know a guy, and I just felt like I had to tell her. The pressure within myself got so big that I needed to tell her. So she came into my room and I was like, Mom, I need to tell you something. I have a boyfriend. And she was like, she started crying and she didn't know what to say. And but she hugged me instantly and we would just cry together. And we were talking about it, and she asked me how it felt, and it was, yeah. I think it was not easy for her, but she was very supportive, and I was really glad that she backed me up so well. And then she asked me if she should tell my father, and she told my father because I just didn't have like the power to do it myself, and I couldn't. I knew my father knew it, and you could see it because I think he was shocked. But I did not really talk about it with him. And well, and after all, it took me 2 years after I first talked about this topic with my father. And then I started telling all my friends, and I was like, okay, my friends are my friends, and they were really supportive. The first hard thing which happened to me was that I lost one of my best friends. He was my friend from elementary school on, and we were always very close, and our families were very close. And somehow it came to my ear that like when we were talking to each other, he was like, we weren't really talking about it, but he wasn't bad. It was just as normal as it was before. And I just heard things, and I heard really bad things of people who I trust, that he was talking bad about gay people, and just like that our contact broke off and we are no friends anymore, which I'm actually very sad about. Yeah, but well. But then I kind of grew strength out of it, and it was just like, yeah, strength. I grew strong out of it, right? I don't know. Well, excuse my English if it's not the best, and if I say something wrong sometimes. And yeah, then I told my friends, and I moved to Berlin after a year, and I met guys, and it was, and I kind of grew stronger in my role, but still there were so many people I haven't told about it. It was just like every time I met someone in Berlin, I met new people. It was always like this pressure inside. It was like, do I tell them? Don't I tell them? But I always was like, okay, I tell them right from the beginning, because I just wanted to get it off my chest. And now, like in the recent 7 months, the rest of my family was about to know that I'm gay. And the first person that I kind of told, or that I was gay again, was my aunt. Even though my aunt were really close, I was never really sure how she would react. So we went to I went to her place one day, and I was just I we would talk about it, and she was like, so are you gay or are you not? And I was like, yes, I am. And she got really sad, because I told her that I already knew for such a long time, and I wouldn't tell her. And then it came to my grandparents, and they were, one of them were really supportive, the others weren't. And it's hard. It's hard to tell people that every single time you tell a person that you're gay. It's hard, but just be true to who you are, and just show them that, and just be a good example, and show them that it's not weird, that it's normal, that it's not different, that they should respect you for who you are and not for who you love. And it worked. And on the recent weekend, on Saturday, it was the wedding of my mom, the wedding of my mom, and I was able to give the wedding speech to her, and I was talking directly to my grandparents, who were not supportive of me, and I was like, that love has no borders, no matter where you come from, no matter what the color of your skin is, and no matter to which gender, what gender you love, or what like prejudices or problems others may have with it. And I saw tears in their eyes, and even other people on the party where I thought they would criticize me for what I said, or they would treat me differently, they were all very supportive. They came to me, they said respect, and that's all that is about. Just be true to who you are, show them that you're a good example. Don't be afraid, because as I said in the beginning, those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. And sometimes people just need time to accept it. It will take time for them to understand, because they grew up in a society which told them to blame other people for being gay, lesbian, transsexual, whatever. But it's normal. It's out there. Don't worry. Just be true to who you are. And yeah, that's it. It takes time. That doesn't happen immediately. And don't be upset if people in the beginning don't react the way you want them to react. Because sometimes it just takes time for people to understand what you are, or understand certain things. But that's normal. So yeah, well, that's kind of my coming out story in the recent 5 years, and I just wanted to share it with all of you. I hope you like it. It was not too boring, and yeah, I will send more videos and share more stories in the future, and yeah, I hope you like it. Bye bye.